Gentlemen, please welcome to the stage your first debater from Team Optimists, Hallie Haglund!
Is this, okay. Sure, yeah, great, all right. This is my first PowerPoint, people. I'm very excited for this. All right, okay, so I think I did, all right. I'm here to make the case for optimism. A little love for optimism. Thank you. All right. Now, why optimism? It's the best. Right? And not only is it the best, but I'm fairly confident that it will continue to be the best. And if you're saying, well, maybe that's just your optimism talking, let's look at some hard data. Okay? By 2015, optimism will outperform every other ism by a 2-to-1 margin combined. All right. If you're saying, where do you get these facts and figures? I want you to consider all the other isms that optimism is blowing out of the water. All right. First up, yeah, obviously, yes, thank you. Optimism is better than racism. How about sexism? Also better than sexism. Botulism? Disgusting and dangerous. PRISM, the NSA spy program that Edward Snowden revealed. It's better than that. And relevant. But none of these are the isms we're fighting today, are they? Now, first I'd like to make one point. You think you walked into a fair debate here, but there's already an inherent bias that exists by juxtaposing optimism with realism, because it implies that optimists have lost touch with reality, that they're deluded, that they're out of touch, that they're big, dumb dogs or something that aren't taking in what's actually going on. So there's nothing I can do to unbias you at this point, okay? But that would take hours of bias training. All I can do is tell you, optimists do not equal idiot dogs. All right, now to my arguments. All right, I want to focus on this corner right up here. All right, now think about the time you spend anticipating something versus the time you spend actually doing it. So we spend a lot longer thinking about how it's going to turn out than actually having the experience. So if we spend that time worrying or fretting, feeling negative about the experience to come, even if it turns out well, we've already lost all that time leading up to the experience. Whereas if we look forward to it, think it's going to turn out positively, even if it sucks, we still have a net positive. No one can take that positive time back from you, okay? It's about the numbers, people. Another thing, history's most famous slogans, all stem from optimism. Now, let me take you back to one that one of us bought, or all of us bought, pretty recently. Hope, yeah. How about that one? Optimism. Going a little farther back. Exactly. pessimism. And I know the realists are going to try to throw in this one and claim it for their own, but I tell you, not in the eyes of a constipated soul, my friends. Shit happens is really a bright way to look at things. It's bad now, but don't worry, this too shall pass. All right. Now I want you to consider the life cycle that optimism kicks off, okay? Optimism begets happiness. Happiness begets smiling. Okay. Smiling is contagious. It's an epidemic. But a good kind of epidemic, right? Not a bad kind. It's a good kind that causes endorphins to rush through your system rather than flu-like symptoms. Excuse me. So, smiling. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Smiling is contagious. Right? And if you're thinking all epidemics are bad, don't worry. You can prevent a smiling epidemic the same way you can prevent a regular epidemic. All right. I also want to say, given that smiling is proven to be contagious, ladies, just think of the time and agony you'll save if you're already smiling when those guys on the street tell you to smile. Wouldn't it be gratifying? Just think. Hey, construction worker, cat got your tongue? I don't think so. All right. Now here's the big one. The future of the human race depends on optimism. Because it's much harder to be an optimist than a realist. Okay, no shit, realists. The world fucking sucks right now, okay? It's on fire. Our president is a lunatic. Everyone's addicted to heroin. But if I let that get to me, if I didn't think that humans could turn this ship around, then I'd probably be one of those people who, opted not to have a child and continued to further the extinction of the human race. But instead, 6 months ago, that's right, I pushed that beautiful baby out of my vagina. And someday, when he asks me why I brought him into this shitty world, I will, in true optimist fashion, tell him, baby boy, you're a white male.